And
Okay.
I've been, yeah, you know, I mean, I have a friend who lost 10 people last year due to the Rona.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, you know what? You were angrier than I'm used to you being due to the Rona.
Yeah.
You get a pass, you know, because seeing 10 boxes in 1 year, that's rough. I had a couple of years that was like that. Yeah. So you thinking about it now?
Yeah, that's not easy.
No, it is not easy. It is not. It's not something that leads to psychological stuff. That leads to psychological stability. So, in a nutshell, I wanted to talk with you deckers out there, let you know what's going on. We have started a couple of new games last night, and since I got you on the line, I wanted to tell you, Mr. Young, about last night's game. Because you were still relatively new, sort of new, like you played a little bit, then you took like 10 years off, and then you came in. So
took way more than 10.
Yeah, exactly.
And shout out to everybody on NERDSoul. We're dual casted. We're here now, just chatting it up. What's up?
NERDSoul, what's going on?
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Hang on, sunshiny faces.
Yeah, so I'm also pulling up your your stream. Cause yeah, you know, I love talking to yo chat. Yeah, yo chat, you guys are fun.
Cause I'm like working in the background, but
yeah.
But we're still talking.
Yeah, we're still talking, we're still doing the thing. So, all right, there we go.
And go and hit that like button, follow button, all that stuff for Solar Gray and everything. What is it? Subscribe or do whatever you got to do on Twitch.
Push the button. Right? Yeah, push the button.
Push the buttons and all those things.
Push the bell. Push all that stuff. Again, it's rough. So last night, let me see if I could. See, it's interesting. I'm using. You helped me set up a couple of other new things on this, and I'm doing the thing, but the way that my camera is working, original ratio, OBS, mirror my video, touch up my appearance. No, I'm not doing any of that stuff. Yeah, I'm just like, cool, I'm doing the thing, but every time I cut, it shows you. So when I'm cutting to you, when you're talking, oh, wait, I know what I gotta do. I know what I gotta do. Yeah, what I'm doing over here is I gotta set up the split image. So that is a thing. So we can have, well, once I set up my split image though, you'll have your split image too. So it's a little weird because we're both using stuff and we're getting these infinite, what is
like mirror images or whatever.
Yeah. You know, so that's a fascinating thing. Actually, I know how to fix this. So what I will do on mine, okay? Because yeah, we're talking the way that everybody does. Boom.
No, you can't.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna set this up.
No, I'm getting
hey,
my work.
What's going?
Oh,
hey.
tell mommy to get that.
Yeah.
It got a little buggle. help the young brother out. Oh man. Anyway.
Well, my OBS camera cuts when I cut, so I'm looking on your channel and it's showing that when I cut to you on my channel, it's cutting to you on your channel. So it goes from 2 images of you to the image of us. And yeah, so it's a thing. It's a thing. See?
Yeah, it's all good.
There you go. Okay, cool. So yeah. But in a nutshell, in a nutshell, um, the way that the stuff has been going down, like last night, um, I one of the things about playing these games and doing all that stuff is talking about the last games that were had. Hey, what's up, NERDSoul Light? What's up, Light?
He is having a wonderful time today.
Good. That is what we work for, right?
Oh man, he is living it up like Patty LaBelle in here.
Yep. And yeah, so a couple of quick things. Quick thing number one. Shout out to my chat. What's going on? F-Top Player, Gaming Fix Live, Lana Ray. Painful. Oh, wow. You're the painfulest or the painfullest? I'm not quite sure, but welcome to the channel.
Painfullest.
Yeah.
Fullest of pain.
Fullest of pain, yes. But in a nutshell, when I ran my game last night, I had brand new players, level 1, 5th edition D&D, and their entire board that they had to go through was very, very short. Matter of fact, I had 2 adventures lined up for these guys. The main one that I sent them on. Yeah, no, the main one that I sent them on. And there was the chance that they were going to work as a cohesive unit, come down, take out the threat, and then move on.
Okay.
Or do what they did. And I think one of my chat people called them the Three Stooges of D&D. Either way,
I said, that's wrong.
Glorious. It was glorious and fun. When you got some time, pull it up on the Twitch channel. It's in the archive from last night. And yeah, but the thing was, a lot of the players, they didn't quite know what to do. They were concerned about making the wrong moves. They were concerned about losing their characters. They were concerned about getting hurt. And they're used to playing competitive games. So they're like, I want to keep what I want to do close to my chest. I'm just asking you, can I do it? And I'm like, that's not the way it works. It's not the way it works, guys. Tell me what you want to accomplish. We'll roll the dice, and I'll tell you what happens. And that's kind of the way it goes. But yeah, the shenanigans came down pretty hard. But either way, it was really entertaining. All of them had so much fun. And when I tell people, when you're sitting down at a D&D game or any tabletop role-playing game, because there are dozens more than just Dungeons and Dragons. I remember, you remember when I told you how to play or what playing was like, and I'm like, someone writes an outline to a story. The player characters create their own characters, and then we agree to sit down and tell a story. And if I'm very, 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 very lucky, you guys will stick to the plot.
But it's only fun when you don't stick to the plot.
It can be fun either way. That all depends on the GM. It all depends on the players. There's no right way to do it. The only way to do it is the fun way. And fun is a very relative condition.
Are you having fun?
Yeah. And sure enough, when people are doing this, man, it's big. But I figured, since I sat down with some brand new players last night, I wanted to let you know that you, my friend, a lot like them, are a serious, serious pleasure to game with. I mean that. You may not think that you're doing that great. Yeah, you may not think that you're doing that great and all that stuff, but that's not the way it goes. You know how when you were young and you were learning how to play football for the first time, and you couldn't make the run or you couldn't make the catch, or pickup basketball is real big on this. When you're getting dunked on, you can't dribble, people are doing stuff, and
people are doing stuff.
Huh?
People are doing stuff.
You know, people are doing stuff like clowning you, and you're getting the ball stolen all the time. You know, go down to Venice.
It's not fun.
And then you end up playing somebody that don't play pickup at that court, and it turns out you're doing pretty good. You know, you get to see someone else, and you get to see how far you've come.
True.
You know, and that's the thing. So I would recommend watching the game from last night. You would be like, just go down the hole. No, you don't got to lower them down the hole. There's a ladder right there. Why don't you just climb? Oh, you think the ladder might be...
Also, quick question. Are any of the team members like big fighters, or, you know, are they not really suited for, I guess, contention or catastrophe or conflict?
A fighting priest, a fighting bard that's like Fandral from the Warriors 3, and a Shaolin monk.
Oh, so they should be cool.
Yeah, right?
Well, you'll be all right. Just keep going down there.
But one thing I noticed...
Just go in and fight. You'll be good.
Yeah. And you're deeper into what they're into than I am, which is video games.
Oh, yeah.
And see, one of the things I talk about a little bit on the channel, but you play video games. You stream your video game playing on YouTube, NERDSoul, push like, push subscribe. There you go, Decker.
All those things.
And
just share it, guys. Share it.
Huh? Yeah.
Just share it, guys.
You know. But I noticed video game players are very... Oh, I don't know if it's video game players or players that were born in the 80s and beyond, but they're very, very risk averse. Like, you know, oh, there might be plot down there. No, I'm good. I don't want to risk dying right now. So, you know, yeah, that's the thing. You know,
you just gotta go wild with it and just go crazy.
Yeah, and they did some cool stuff. They really did. What they don't know, because they let the bad guys get away, was I only had them against 5 goblins.
Well, you know, that's a chance for a long-term villain. Maybe. You know, maybe they'll come across those guys again. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And again, goblins, man. Goblins. You know.
Matter of fact, is there an actual description for a goblin? I don't even know what a goblin really is. It's just like a small monster.
Okay, it's funny that you asked that.
Is it like a actual description of like, this is the difference between a goblin? A goblin is only these things, or is it just anything that you want to like label, just something small, ugly, and monstery?
Okay, you know what? I love that you asked me that question. I really do. I just gotta find my cursor here, because, you know, over here in the Wizard's Tower, I'm working on 3 screens.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's a
See,
thing.
that's when you know you're big time.
No, that's when you know you are middle time. If I was big time, I'd have someone else working these screens for me.
You have like a guy with the headset on, like,
yeah,
push those levers.
Exactly, they're called a producer. But yeah, now it turns out, this, my friend, is a goblin. Okay, this is a standard goblin in Dungeons.
See, little and ugly. Told you.
Yeah, little, ugly. There you go. The guy right here, if you can see my mouse right there,
half butt naked. You know what I'm saying? But it's
7
all good,
hit
you know?
I
mean, goblins, maybe they don't need clothes like that. They free. You know what I'm saying? They like, look, I don't need these clothes.
Oh, man. But yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Fade back. Okay, that's better. Yeah. Yeah, seriously. It's that little guy. Just little guy. And they went against 4 of them.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was a trap. And it was one of those, like, they went into the Goblin's Warren, and it was funny because the gaming session started with them in character, and then by the end of the gaming session, they were just themselves, and that happens a lot. So it went from haha, I shall do this forsooth, to where my money? No, where my money?
Look, man,
Pay me my money.
I just want to know where the cash is. Like, if you could just please give me the money.
Yeah. I have yet
I would
to
prefer
have
that.
Yes, I have yet to have a game where somebody looks at the other players or the person who hired them or the mayor of the town and be like, you know, that's interesting, but cash rules everything around me. Give me the gold. You know? So,
like,
yeah.
You know, I'm really happy about that. And I just like to get my money now.
Honestly, I've had many players do that. I've had many players. Yeah, so your guys' gaming session, Warp Tumblers Dark Matter, you guys are kind of getting along and starting to get along and starting to form as a team. I was talking to Hannibal, one of our other players, about the game, and I'm like, okay, so you know what you guys remind me of? And he's like, what? I'm like, the Doom Patrol. we got Mike's character as Cyborg going, we need to work as a team, we need to do this. And everybody else is like, no, forget that. Let's just get out of here. Let's go. And he died. He died laughing. He was like, oh my God, we are the Doom Patrol.
There was that last episode though, we were definitely like, okay, we all know it's time to go. Like it's
they
were like it's very Stepfordy. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. That's again. I put you guys on
those Stepford vibes.
Yeah, I put you guys on a very interesting planet. And the more you read about dystopias and like actual fascist regimes and all that stuff, the more
we should go back to that planet and tear that whole thing down. Liberate those people. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. 5 players that can barely get along are going to topple a government.
Hey, how bad could it
be? Hey, makes feel good, do it. That's what I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure Hannibal would be like, we're not going back.
So
like, but we can help the people. It'd be like, they need to help themselves.
Like, we need to help the people. Yeah, the people helped us get off that planet. We ain't going back.
Yeah, we ain't never going back.
Oh yeah, no, you guys are going back eventually. Like, it is a great big universe, but it's a very small galaxy. You know.
Okay, I get it. Plus, you deal in the same circles, so sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Right. Even the Enterprise ended up meeting the same people over and over again. And everybody goes to Ryza.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it is one of them things. So, yeah, but last night's game was very interesting. Today's game ended up having to be canceled because we all ended up getting, like, double, triple booked. And I'm going through a family thing I haven't made public on my channel because it's bizarre. And I don't want my deckers going, okay, do you just live a life of bizarre tragedy? So it's a thing. But coming up with schedules and working with other adults, that's a thing. That is tough. Because again,
true.
Jobs, kids, all that stuff. So sometimes things don't happen. And statistically speaking, it happens more often in December than any other month.
And I can see how, because either you're going to take off for Thanksgiving or take off for Christmas or take off for both. So, you're traveling, you're coming back and forth, you're trying to see people, trying to make sure you see people while they're in whatever town or whatever. So, yeah, I could see how that happens, how that comes together and creates scheduling
Wackiness.
misfortune.
Yes, scheduling wackiness. So much wacky. But I wanted to take this time with you and maybe your viewers to see if you had any questions about game or how it's supposed to go, or some observations that you've had now that you've made it all the way to 5th level and
Ooh,
had
all
some
the
time to
way.
like think on it. Huh?
I said,
Well,
ooh, all the way.
well, no, all right. So
As a matter of
one of
fact,
the
speaking of
things,
that 5th level, I actually have to like put that stuff on my character sheet because I think my character sheet, I don't think I'm on 5th level yet. I need
oh
to
no,
actually.
I already did when
Oh,
we
okay,
had our
okay.
when we had our workshop down.
Oh, okay,
What
cool.
I will say is to print out your character, look at it, and then go, wait a minute, what does that do? And then look it up. um, but yeah, because what a lot of people, especially new players, don't know is that there are tiers in play, and just like with an RPG video game, those first couple of levels are fun, but they're kind of a grind. But the real groove is hit between level 5 and level 14. Like that's when you're
Okay.
really settled in your skin. You got your fighting styles down. You know what you're going to use. You'll have like the spells or effects that you know you're going to use a lot, and then one or two that you experiment with. You know, that kind of thing. You really, it's like when a musician gets to like their 3rd album, that's when they find their voice. You know.
Okay, I feel you on that one. Now, I do have one question. When you're coming up to an enemy, is there any way to ever know kind of how many hit points they have, or is that just like always just a guess?
There are spells and effects in the game to know what the enemy's hit points are, but if you don't have them, you just swing it. But
Gotcha.
but quick question:
All right.
how many hit points do I got right now?
I don't know.
How many hit points do you have right now?
That's a good question. Without my character sheet in front of me, I have no
Oh no,
idea.
not your character. You,
Oh,
NERDSoul,
as
Mr.
a-
Young.
I don't
Yeah.
know. A normal amount, a good healthy amount of hit points. I don't
And
know.
see, that's why you don't know at the table. I don't want to sound like an old grognard old man, but video games have spoiled people on that sense where there's either a number or a power bar.
Well, I mean, technically, there's still a number on this game too. Just only you know it. So, I mean, to the gamer's credit, it's same thing.
Yeah,
Like-
I mean, so it's a thing, and yet you know your hit points. You know how, you know when you're getting tired.
But you have no
There-
idea about that person.
Huh?
But you have no idea about them.
Well, not in the middle of the fight, as it is. You know, because each swing, each round in the fight is only 6 seconds. And when I say each swing, I mean each whole round. Everybody does what they gonna do in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was everybody swinging. That right there was that whole round. That was you're swiping with your saber and smiting and doing a second hit with your longsword.
Okay.
That's that was Toussaint's character using a laser gun. That was also Roja's character hacking something. That was also Aiko's character sneaking up behind them and stabbing them in the back. All that happened in 5 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least it makes me feel better about, like how much that person is getting beat up.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Helps me
And-
feel a little bit better.
Yeah. And I will say on Warp Tumblers Dark Matter, you hit the hardest. you hit the hardest.
Okay. That's a good thing. That's always awesome.
Yeah. So, matter of fact, let me show you something. And this is something for anybody watching your channel right now too. I'm gonna pull up that goblin. Okay. Look at that guy. So,
All right.
ready?
Okay.
Okay. So you're feeling it? You see what I got going here right now?
Yep.
Right here. Hit points 7. Or
Okay.
2 6-sided dice. So no more than 12.
Okay.
And this is literally what I'm looking at. So when I have you fighting people, boom, that's what you got. Now, that's there. And what your characters can do is when you fight enough of the same thing, you as a player know, oh man, no, these are just goblins. But we got these. And we got these. They go down with one punch. You know? You think, you know,
they look so strong in the picture though. Like they really look extremely formidable in the picture.
Matter of fact, they're only about 3.5 feet tall.
Mm.
You know. So yeah, literally it's just, you know, but yeah, they are sneaky. And all right, so you remember being in the hood as a kid and you had that one big bully that the kids had to stand up against? So it was either another big dude came by and could just punch him in the face and lay him out, but most of the kids, when they just got tired of it, they would hide behind trees and stuff and throw rocks at him.
Okay, understood. So you still got to watch out for them.
Because
they could be dangerous.
Yeah, because these, goblins, they tend to have bows or blowguns. Last night didn't, but yeah. Hey, what's going on, little man? What's going on?
Let's see. All right.
So yeah, that's a real thing. So yeah, but I just wanted to bring that around. Now, asking whether or not you can figure out whether or not the dude you're fighting at that time has what their hit points are. No, those are higher level spells. But like I said, when you fight enough people, like when you fight enough goblins, oh man, that's just a goblin. Slap, look, they're gone. Check it out, guys, they're easy.
Okay.
A lot of other times when you're like, when you fought elves enough time, you'll know, hey, these guys might have about as many hit points as I do. Sometimes these guys might have a little bit of this. Now, I as a GM, I never say how many hit points the enemy has, but listen to the description.
I know.
Yeah, see, he gets it.
See, he gets it. All right.
I'm fine.
I know.
I'm fine.
All right, let me get over here. There you go. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, like seriously speaking, like that's the whole thing. And most of the times, like older gamers that have played the same game for years and years and years, like my boy Red Hulk 05 over here, he's been playing D&D for a while. And he's like, oh man, like while we were on, he was like, wait, your goblins don't have bows? I'm like, no, I'm not trying to kill them.
Oh,
I'm not gonna give them tactics.
Well, you have to give them a little something.
No?
I mean, because what was it? The last thing we fought, some kind of big thing that we all had to hit like 8 times. Like,
the fight in the last game. This is out of character knowledge, so what I'm about to tell you, your character doesn't know. You guys actually fought a cybernetically enhanced, essentially a dark elf, a cybernetically enhanced dark elf. So essentially, essentially the dude that you guys did all that fighting with and blew out of the airlock as you guys were taking off, and that was an awesome fight, by the way.
Yeah, it was cool.
That really was. I was like, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is it. But yeah, how can I put this? Essentially, different character class, but the guy was essentially, it's possible that dude was a match for your character.
Okay.
essentially. Now, was he a match for your character, Roja, for cybernetic spiders and gravity? No.
And gravity?
Well, yeah, that whole the reason he fell out of the back of the ship was that Toussaint was piloting the whole thing, and it's like, all right, open the cargo bay, and he went up. That's why I had you guys make that dexterity roll, and you hit the wall because the ship was going up, and y'all were in the back. You know?
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, but pretty freaking epic and pretty cinematic. Like, I've watched that fight 3 more times, and I'm like, they played this well. They're learning. They're learning. It's not time for me to turn up the heat, but they're learning. You know, they're no longer cold. But yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. So, you know, but you know, like when you're watching a show and take like an anime and somebody from a rival school shows up and they're like, oh, it's those guys. Careful, they're tough. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where you are because you're playing a character in a story that doesn't know they're in a story.
Yeah, there's no meta stuff going on.
Oh no. Not that metagaming is bad. All things have to happen in moderation. You know, I like to think of it as the player is the soul of the player character. So when your player character goes, I got a bad feeling about this, that's you as a player going, nah, man, I don't want to do this. I'm going to look around because I think there's something. Can I make a roll? You know, that's what I'm seeing.
Or when you have a situation where somebody's like, I want to speak at Eldori. It's like, I'm Eldori though. I was like, I'm Eldori.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'm Eldori
you know,
right now.
But one of the things I do love about running the game for you guys and all the people is that the people on our channels can see, especially the people on my channel, they can see that different cultures game differently. You know, like the chat attack, they're from all over. We're talking Arizona, Colorado, Canada, but they're all young-ish. I mean, they're full-fledged adults. One of them just turned 31 last week, but they have the same risk aversion as a lot of millennials and Zoomers have. So they're very careful about everything. They don't just go, I'm gonna wreck it. They're like, I want to wreck it, but I don't know. Is this a trap? I don't know if you're trying to trap me. There might be a trap down here. So if I make this, you might be waiting to do this whole thing. And I'm like, it's interesting that your character thinks that. And eventually, hey, what's going on, Red Hulk? So it's like, it's interesting that you think that. Eventually, you will learn how to play a character that doesn't, and you'll be able to find some kind of catharsis in that. Having a game of all black players, it has been really fun because it's like writing a horror movie that black people would actually be in, which is very, very difficult. I say on my channel quite a bit.
We know better.
Huh?
We know better.
Yeah, I say on my channel just a bit. I hate that the black dude gets killed at the beginning of the movie, but if he doesn't and people listen, there will be no movie.
Yeah, it's true.
Because, you know, it's like Friday the 13th.
Did you see that short film? It was really nice.
Seriously. I mean, Friday the 13th, part 3, all black cast. Hey man, y'all want to go to Camp Crystal Lake? Didn't 6 people get killed there last year? Yeah, but you know that was a one-time thing. Nah, I'm good.
No,
Roll credits. You know, that's the whole movie.
It's like, didn't a whole bunch of people get killed there last year? Yeah, but I mean, it's okay now. How about you go and I'll check it next year?
Yeah.
Like,
like
we'll
if
see.
you come back, you know, You know, so it's like, it's challenging for me as a GM, to use tropes with you guys because, a group of black people are kind of immune to entertainment tropes because we're like, nah, son, oh yeah, well, they got a flat tire and they need help. Good for them. All right, we're moving on. You know,
just like what was it? You put us up against. Somebody had like a distress beacon or something, and Hannibal was like, "Nope."
And the thing is, I figured
Roja wanted to do it, and I was like, "I don't know. I think we should just leave this one alone."
And Hannibal was like, "I'm driving. I ain't stopping. You can do it. I'll pick you up later." Oh wait,
look,
you can't.
I would love to stop, but I'll. You know what? I'll call the space police for you. They can come and pick you up. Like, I'm not taking no chances. Whenever there's a distress call on any space show, it's always a trap. It's always a trap.
It is
always
not
some
always
kind of
a
setup.
trap. It is always a plot. Yes, but it's not always a trap.
I can't think of a space show that I've seen where a distress signal goes out and they go there and they're like, "We're so happy we came." Everybody's safe.
Again, it is plot, not always a trap. You know, because sometimes, hey, distress call. Okay, thank you so much for saving us, and they'll bring an infection onto the ship, or,
Wow.
or you know, thank you so much for saving me. What happened? We got attacked by pirates. It's good to know that pirates are in the sector. Let's get you home. You know, like a whole lot of things can happen. You know, I mean, in all honesty, no, this season of Discovery. Oh no, it's a ship gone. What happened? Oh my God, we got hit and someone took our dilithium. That's not cool. You know, I mean, it really is.
Yeah, it's just man, I just don't trust anything these days. Whenever it comes to if we're talking about distress signals in space, like look what was it? I don't know anything like The Expanse, Event Horizon, anything. Whenever there's a distress, just don't do it. Just leave it alone.
Yeah, I mean,
especially Event Horizon. Event Horizon. Wow. I remember going to see that movie thinking, "Oh man, it's got Lawrence Fishburne. This is gonna be a cool space movie," and leaving being like, "I can't sleep tonight." Like, I don't know if I can sleep tonight because this movie was crazy and I was not prepared.
See, I don't know if we've discussed this before, but I grew up reading horror. I'm talking Stephen King, Edgar Allan Poe. That was like when I was in elementary school. Mm-hmm. And then I got into H.P. Lovecraft. So a lot of the tropes that people think are scary and horrible, I'm like, oh yeah, no, you probably shouldn't open that. You know.
Well, see, Event Horizon, if you go back, Event Horizon was never marketed as a horror film. It was marketed as like this space kind of film. So I went in like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, you know, space joint. And no, see, if it was marketed as a horror film, I'd have been like, all right, you know, I know what I'm getting into.
You see, my big thing was, I'm like, okay, this is a space movie. All right. Hey, I know that horror trope. Oh, you're opening up holes in the universe. You are, but keep in mind, I'm also an actual wizard. So I'm like, you're opening up holes in the universe. You're out in space. And you haven't heard from that last crew? Okay.
It's like,
I know where this is going. And giving Event Horizon a major shout out, as soon as they found out that things were bad, Lawrence Fishburne did exactly what you guys do. Where, you know, they watched the video and it was like, nope, we're out. We're gone.
Right,
we're leaving. I don't care about the treasure. I don't care about taking this shit back. I don't care about your wife.
Leave.
We are leaving. We're going. I'm out.
Yeah.
You know.
And we got to get out of here.
Yeah. And so yeah, I mean that really is that really is the thing. So yeah, and I know that is part of a culture thing. You know, growing up in the inner city, you don't know what might be a trap, what might not be a trap. But you do know that there's a lot that you don't know, and the number one thing that you are used to is danger. You know that, so it was
Yeah.
like that could be dangerous. So I'm not gonna poke at that. That could be dangerous.
Yeah, it's like, no, leave that alone. Don't touch that. Don't mess with that. Don't
Uh huh.
don't move that. Don't walk around that. Don't do nothing.
And see, and I'm noticing that that is also based on our rural roots. You know, because you know, out in the country, it's like, nah, don't touch that. You might break it, and I can't afford to replace it. So
True.
get away from the
Yeah.
tractor. Get away from that stove. Get away from that new appliance I just bought. So we have this whole thing of get away, don't mess with it, and
Mhm.
the danger that comes in might not just be from the consequences of the action that we like, the natural consequences, you know, i.e. we touch the thing and we summon something from a back thing, but it's just like, no, mom said don't touch it, and if she found out you touch it, you gonna get beat.
Like, perfect example. I just finished telling. I was fussing at the little guy like the other day. Like, basically, like, hey, don't jump off that because I ain't got no time to take you to the emergency room so somebody can be calling me an unfit father. Because you know if a kid ends up hurt and the parent is black, the first thing they ain't gonna be doing is looking in your face, talk about what you do. Nope, I ain't got time for that. All right, so sit
You
down.
know, and see, I'm not gonna lie,
Because
I'm a
what they're
little
gonna be doing, then they're gonna be sending the social service lady around here. She's gonna be wanting to ask questions, but no, I got time for that.
see, I'm a little spoiled because mom worked at the hospital, and
Take it
so
home.
hmm?
She was bringing items home to make sure y'all were good.
Oh no. That's not how she rolled. Um, her rule was, whatever you did to get hurt, you gonna have to take care of it. So it's like, ma, I hurt my leg. What you do? I was jumping off the roof. Didn't I tell you not to jump off the roof because you're gonna get hurt? Yeah.
Now you gotta sit in the house with a broke leg.
Nope. Now you gotta hop on a bus and go to the hospital and get your leg wrapped. Because I told you not to. You decided
You're
to
gonna be
do
like,
it.
I'm like, where's
You
your mom at? Oh, she at home. Oh, why she ain't bring you? She said, get on the bus. Yeah, son, we'd like you to speak to somebody.
Well, keep in mind, this was the 80s, number one. And number two, everybody at the hospital knew my mom. And
Oh, so it was it was still a safe space.
yeah, and consequently, everybody at the hospital knew me. You know, you know that trope, that running gag that was on Home Improvement, where he had his own coffee cup at the ER.
Oh yeah, man. The funny thing is, the Home Improvement, the whole Tim the Toolman Taylor thing. I knew a guy kind of like that coming up. Like, my friend's stepdad was always trying to do some like building type stuff, was always injuring himself. So like
Right.
that's hilarious. But anyway,
Right. So yeah, I mean, this was a big thing. So I talk about how the cultures that we come from influence the way that we play games, the way that we write games, the ways that we create things. You know, and you know, this isn't just a race thing or an economic thing, but culture is what we consider normal until we learn that normal is different from place to place. Like, that's what culture is, you know? So I know one of the big things that taught me that in regards to games was the way we play D&D here in America, or The easiest way to think about it is the difference between Skyrim and Final Fantasy. There's a reason that JRPGs are differentiated. You know,
Okay,
you
okay.
know,
I see where you're coming from.
yeah, Japanese role-playing games are different than American role-playing games. They have different perspectives, different camera angles, different story structures, and
Yeah.
it's all good. It's all good. Like, I'm sure you notice American cartoons are mainly about selling toys, and anime is about just about anything.
Yeah.
You know,
Like
so yeah.
in
Mhm.
Japan, like animation is more of just a medium instead of over here it's more of a genre. The at least
Exactly.
the way it's treated, and I never looked at it that way until Leishan Thomas, who I know, people have their differing opinions about him, maybe rightfully so, but when he broke that down at one of his engagements he was at, I was like, well, yeah, I can see that because America definitely looks at, you know, animation as like this own genre unto itself. And in Japan, it's just like,
Right.
oh,
Well,
this is
we
just another
decided
way to tell a
cartoons were for
story.
kids a long time ago.
Yeah,
Like
just like
30.
Japan is just like, oh, this is just another way to tell a story. Like,
Yes.
you can have a novel, a comic book, uh, a live action TV show, a movie, an animation. It's just another way to tell a story.
Yeah. And
But
again, it's
here
a
it's like,
difference
no,
in
it's
culture.
for kids only.
Yeah, and it's just a difference in culture, and that's the whole thing. So mixing and matching cultures, understanding that when players come from a different place, they're bringing the filter of their culture to the table. Um, that in and of itself is can make for really cool and interesting games, really cool and interesting experiences because it's hanging out with everybody. You know,
Everybody.
everybody, everybody, like everybody's got a seat at the table. It's that kind of thing. Um, But yeah, so man, this has been fun. This has been really fun.
That's what's up.
I got to
That's
give
what's
a
up.
shout out to my patrons, my royalty tier being Queen Laura Holton, Queen Jennifer Kroll, King Jason Hines, King Chris Chalmers, and our ace in the hole, Chaley Watson. Thank you for joining me on this today and us having our fun dual cast experiment.
Just chatting it up. There's nothing wrong with that. It's always good to just hang out a little bit. Get some work done as well as stream a little bit.
Yeah, it never stops. I've got 2 more shows to prep because I'm starting up Hobby Hall again on Friday, and I will be filming battle reports as well. For Grimdark Future Firefight, I'm writing a campaign um, to go through, especially to show people how to play the game. Because I noticed that one of the best ways to teach a lot of people is to show them an example and explain to them what they're seeing as they see it. So it's a big thing. Teaching is a big job, man. Respect your teachers. You don't gotta like them, but just respect them.
Give them a little respect, just a little bit.
Yeah, that's all. All right, man. So, for those of you guys on the NERDSoul channel that are watching this from the future, you can find me over at twitch.tv/BID_P Monday through Friday at 3 o'clock. And we have long discussions about games, creativity, writing, all that stuff. And how all these things translate into your everyday life. So that is one of the things. And for the people on my channel, where can they find you, my friend?
Of course, you can find me at NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those places. Hit the thumbs up or down, but make sure to subscribe, all that good stuff. Share it. Sharing is caring. You know what I'm saying? That might be the most important. If you tell 2 friends and they tell 2 friends and they tell 2 friends, then hey, you never know. You never know what can happen. Way
Isn't
late
that how
in the
things
chat.
go viral?
Yeah. Shouts to Antoine Allen up in the chat. Peace. What up? If you want to see some Halo streaming, I will probably stream Halo in a couple of hours. Play some of that game, see how the campaign mode is rolling. Also test out my system a little bit more. We'll be talking about relationships tonight on Black Together. Oh, you ain't got the, you ain't gonna hit me with the music? So anyway, Black Together, where we break down relationship stuff and usually make fun of divorce court and all that jazz. Tomorrow we got Star Trek Discovery. We got 2 episodes because, you know, we took last week off because LA Comic-Con. Some Guilty Gear Strive and some sports wrapping up the year, you know. And that's it. That's your weekend. That's it. Can't do no more for you. until y'all share, and then I'll blow up, and then we can do streams and all kinds of crazy cool stuff all the time.
Yeah,
So
honestly. All right. And so yeah, thank you guys for showing up. And let's see here. Today is Saturday. I'm normally here Monday through Friday. You can send me an email and all that stuff over at backinthedeck@gmail.com. It's BACKINTHEDECK@gmail.com. And all those social media things. I just wanted to chat with you guys today to let you guys know we're still here. We're still doing that thing. I've made some adjustments to the Twitch channel, so those will be fun. I'm just going to let you guys discover those as you will. And thank you guys for joining me. And remember, if anybody tells you that you can't like what you like because of the circumstances of your birth, be it race, religion, creed, gender identity, sexual orientation, your disabilities, or your budget, you tell them. Take any of those cards and put them back in the deck. This is Solar Grey, the Cinematic Sorcerer, saying thank you guys for joining me on the dark side of the road.
Yeah.
All right.
Peace, y'all, and we out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the man, yes, sir, that killed a bear barehanded so the people won't forget it. Getting money for I would label the drink. I care what a broke nigga think. Look, everything I do so cold. I can do this, both eyes closed. Too sharp, I stay on my toes. About that guap boy, anything goes. Help the bear if we outside. Help the bear if we outside. Still tipping, baby, nothing changed. I'm still grinding over here, yeah. Still sliding through my own lane. Shorty, nothing funny over here. Dallas rain everywhere around me. Dream to get money. Made it through the storm, living sunny. Dreams came true, now we eating. I got more dreams to chase, gotta reach them. Trying to put a team together like the Hunger Games. Everybody grind together, we all get money.